Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel.
Yep. And today we are talking about a science topic involving the moon and rocks. So here we go, and how they got there.
Yeah, so on your screen, you're looking at I think it's an artist rendition of the moon, the South Pole, specifically an impact site. And then you can read the text while we're talking. A giant impact billions of years ago may have brought rocks from deep inside the moon to the surface near the lunar South Pole. Researchers say future Artemis astronauts could study this rare material to learn more about the moon's origin and evolution. Scientists have uncovered new evidence about the violent event that created the moon's largest and oldest impact basin, a discovery that could guide future Artemis astronauts searching for clues to the moon's earliest history. Two companion studies reveal how the enormous collision unfolded and suggest that valuable rocks from deep inside the moon may be much closer to the surface than previously believed. Would you like to know more?
Okay. And the Artemis aircraft or spacecraft is the same one that they just had about a month or so ago, right? Where they launched, circled the moon a couple of times, and then came back.
Yeah, that was phase one. Phase two is going to be landing men on the moon, or men and women.
And that's supposed to happen before 2028, I believe, right? I think they're going to try to do next year or 2028. I know President Trump really wants that to happen before he leaves office. So.
It's necessary for getting to Mars because they want to see if they can get water. If they can find water, then they've got fuel to get to a fueling station.
Right. Okay, the research was led by scientists from the Center for Lunar Origin and Evolution, or CLOE, or CLOE, Southwest Research Institute's team with NASA's Solar System Exploration Research Virtual Institute. Their work focuses on the South Pole, is at Atkin, SPA basin, an enormous crater, which is what we're looking at right there, right, on the moon's far side, that ranks among its oldest surviving features. The study, quote, a southward differentiated impactor forms the tapered shape of the South Pole Atkin impact basin on the moon. And that was published in Science Advances. The companion paper, Gravity Mapping of Lunar Mantle Material in South Pole Atkin Basin, Ejecta. Okay.
That's like all the stuff that's ejected.
Gotcha. And that appeared in the Journal of Geophysical Research, Planets, on April 23rd, 2026.
Because the SPA basin formed so early in the moon's history, scientists view it as a unique record of conditions in the young solar system. The region also lies near areas being considered for NASA's Artemis missions, making it an especially important destination for future exploration. Quote, the basin offers scientists a rare opportunity to study the moon's earliest history, said Dr. William Botke, director of CLOE and executive director of SWRI's Science Directorate in Boulder, Colorado. He is a co-author of the studies. He continues his quote, the collision struck the lunar surface with such force that it may have evacuated material from deep inside the moon, including portions of the lunar mantle.
Interesting. Okay, to better understand how the basin formed, researchers used advanced computer models to recreate the ancient collision. Their simulations indicate that the incoming object approached from the moon's north and traveled south, striking the surface at a shallow angle. The trajectory explains the distinctive, elongated, tapered shape of the South Pole Atkin Basin.
So it's coming in, skimming above the surface, getting closer and closer to the surface, and then boom, it hits and it skids. That's basically what they're describing, right?
Right. Sounds like it. Yep.
All right. Quote, our simulation produces the right shape and nature of the impact basin. It also tells us about the projectile that created it and the direction of the impact, said Dr. Shigeru Wakita of Purdue University, lead author of the SPA impact study.
The models also reveal that the impactor was more complex than a solid rock. It was likely a differentiated body with an iron core surrounded by rocky material, similar to a small protoplanet or a differentiated asteroid.
When it slammed into the moon, the object carved out a deep, uneven cavity and generated intense heat that melted rock in the basin's center. The impact blasted enormous amounts of crustal and mantle material into space before much of it fell back onto the basin floor. Oh, okay.
Yeah. A second study examined how this ejected material is distributed beneath and around the basin. Researchers combined high-resolution gravity measurements with models that included both crust and mantle material.
Their analysis suggests the SPA basin contains significant amounts of mantle-derived rock within its interior and mixed throughout the surrounding ejecta blanket. Later impacts inside the basin appear to have uncovered some of these buried deposits, bringing mantle material closer to the surface where future robotic missions or Artemis astronauts could potentially collect samples.
Okay, here's a quote. The precise distribution of mantle material has been a big Dr. Gabriel Gowman of the University of Arizona. Is that your alma mater?
No.
No, you're ASU, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Oh man, that's a faux pas. He's the lead author of the gravity-based study. Going on with the quote, our models indicate that SPA impact ejected enough deep material to form a significant deposit that should still be accessible today. Most importantly, some of the material at a trace level may exist in regions being considered for the Artemis landings. So that'd be cool, right? They should be able to run some of that.
Yeah. Previous ideas suggested that the deepest material excavated by the impact remained largely confined to areas far from potential landing sites near the lunar south pole. The new simulations gravity analysis paint a different picture.
The findings indicate that deposits containing material from the moon's mantle may extend across parts of the south polar region, including locations that could be visited during future Artemis missions. If confirmed, astronauts may have an opportunity to collect samples that offer an unprecedented look inside the moon without needing to drill deep beneath the surface.
What I don't understand, if it was an iron core protoplanet or whatever they call it, asteroid, I don't know what the exact name they call it, why is there not a wobble in the moon as it rotates, you know?
You mean from the impact?
Yeah, well, the impact and whatever impact it stayed on the moon. Why isn't there
throwing it off balance? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it did for a while.
Yeah, and then straightened out over.
Maybe it was corrected. Maybe somehow it corrected itself, or it was another impact. I don't know. You know, who knows? There's a lot of craters on the moon, so.
Yeah. Okay, quote, the combination of impact and gravity modeling gives us a powerful roadmap, Bakke said. It tells us not just how SPA formed, but where to look for rocks that can answer some of the biggest questions about the moon's origin and evolution.
There you go.
Interesting. So these astronauts have something to study, so they have a reason to be there.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know why, but I guess I never realized or never thought about it. Mainly because the Apollo missions happened when I was a lot younger, but they landed pretty much all in the same area of the moon when they did their lunar landings. So now it sounds like they're gonna kind of stretch it a little bit and areas of the moon. And I don't think
did the Soviet Union ever land on the moon?
I don't think so. If they did, I don't think they were bragging about it, and I would think that if they did, they would. I think we're the only ones that I know of that have done that. I could be wrong. So,
if you're interested in space exploration, folks, there's an interesting Apple TV show called For All Mankind, and it's an alternate reality where there's the Cold War, but there's no end in 1989. It just keeps going, and there's a race to get to the moon. And the Soviet Union does arrive on the moon. The United States arrives on the moon, and there's like tension, and then there's female astronauts, the first woman on the moon, and then now they're pushing for the latest season. They're pushing for Mars to go to Mars.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting way to look at it, right? Because we've had interaction with cosmonauts from the Soviet Union and the International Space Shuttle, right? We've been up there at the same time. And to my knowledge, there hasn't been any kind of issues, power struggles, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe there has, but.
Well, China has a presence on the moon. Their Chang'e, I think that's how you pronounce it, missions. I don't know if their people have landed, but they have landed equipment on the moon.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think the deal is getting folks on the moon. That's a big deal, and we were able to do that. So
yeah,
at least that's what I believe. I believe that's what you believe. But there are some people that believe that it's all taking place in a warehouse in Southern California someplace.
And that the planet is flat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's another story. So anyway, good
All right,
story.
folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the afternoon.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you this afternoon.